All right, this week on Hitting the Books, we're going to talk about some NBA odds involving a potential trade and also what has been going on with the line surrounding Super Bowl 57. Here with me for some sports betting talk is New York Post sports betting analyst Erich Richter. Erich, different attire for you today, and I'm kind of liking it, man.
This is what he gave up right here. This is what he gave up for our guy, Kyrie Irving.
For those that do not know, Erich is wearing now you can say throwback Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors jersey, which is a bit of trolling for what we're going to talk about in our first topic. Erich, major news around the NBA and in New York is Kyrie Irving's trade request. A lot of rumors swirling as to where he could wind up. There are people ready to bet on this, of course. So what are some of the odds you are liking surrounding Kyrie potentially being traded?
Well, there's a ton of odds out there, right? So DraftKings and PointsBet are pointing out all these crazy props. Right now, Kyrie Irving is minus 800 to be traded. That's unbelievable. It's 88.89%. I wish I could bet no on that, to be totally honest with you guys, but that isn't an option. But just to give you a perspective, Kyrie Irving has an 89% chance to be traded according to DraftKings. The NBA Finals odds drastically changed right when the report of Kyrie Irving requesting a trade. The Nets are the third best odds to win the NBA Finals at plus 700. They're all the way down now, down to plus 1400. That is like the eighth best odds in the NBA. And then you see the Lakers, they were all the way at plus 4100 on FanDuel, dropping all the way down to plus 3000. I got plus 4100 on the Lakers, and I love that. I think that really, and Dexter, you could jump in here too. I think it's going to really come down to where we think that Kyrie Irving actually has a shot to go. Right. Because right now it's the Lakers, it's maybe the Heat, maybe the Suns, and then the Mavericks as well. But where is he going to go? It seems like it's the Lakers or bust.
Yeah, you would think so, that they are the odds-on favorites. I'm still stuck on the fact that you put down money on plus 4,100 on the Lakers. Why?
Hell yeah. Well, think about it from that perspective where it's, LeBron's only been missing shooting. The whole team, if he surrounded this team with shooting, if he had the Grizzlies roster of shooters, not the stars, but just the shooters, and then it was AD and LeBron, they'd probably be up there in terms of title favorites. LeBron and AD have been excellent this year.
But they do not. So you were banking on them getting some shooting. That's a lot. That's a lot to bank on there.
I'll go Kyrie and Joe Harris changes the entire game for them.
Well, so you got in on those odds. Yes, and when you're looking at the team, so just to piggyback off of that a little bit, the Lakers are going to be up there in terms of odds. Also, the Mavericks as well, too, correct? Are there any of those two teams that you think have the better chance of landing it? You say the Lakers are the favorite. Is that where you put your money on right now?
I would say it's Lakers or bust. I cannot imagine that the Mavericks are going to risk their relationship with Luka Doncic and trade away any sort of assets to get Kyrie Irving. I think that would be a dumb decision. Miami Heat, do you really want Kyle Lowry? I know we talked about this prior to jumping on. I don't really see Kyle Lowry being an option. Maybe the Clippers, to be honest. Terrence Mann for Kyrie Irving. Sounds hilarious if you were doing an NBA trade machine or on 2K, but that's what I think that's the best option. Luke Kennard and Terrence Mann.
Yeah, that's not a lot of a big return for the Nets. Something to keep an eye on for the bettors out there. We could see some action on this. Kyrie Irving, as we're recording this, not playing on Saturday night. He's out with calf soreness. Now, Moving on to the NFL. We are still a little over a week away from Super Bowl 57. But, some people look at a bet. They're going to look to get in on some early betting lines. The Eagles right now, 1.5-point favorites over the Chiefs. So, Erich, do you expect to see some movement on that line? And right now, which way are you leaning when it comes to betting on the big game?
So I was looking at this throughout the week, and it seemed like we were kind of flirting with the Chiefs +3 there. I saw the Eagles get to 2.5 at one point, then they jumped down back down to 1.5. I really want to see if the Chiefs get to 3. I think there was a lot of sharp money at the onset coming on Philly. I think that's the side at 1.5. But if it gets to Chiefs +3, I'm going to be all over that. You got that guy right there, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, two of the best players in the league. And to be totally frank, Eagles haven't really played anybody. They got really lucky against 49ers. The Giants are terrible. I think the Eagles are loaded, but I don't know if Jalen Hurts is healthy. And I think that the Chiefs would be a spot to play. But there was also one other spot that I had where Super Bowl is all about props. I'm going to have a column on Friday in the newspaper about props. One I'm going to be targeting Hassan Reddick to get the first sack of the game, +500. He had 16.5 during the season. We talked about it last week with Trey Hendrickson, who had 1.5 sacks against Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown stinks. Hassan Reddick is on fire. He has 3.5 sacks in the postseason. I'm all over that. Hassan Reddick plus 500. It's on points bet to have the first sack of the Super Bowl. Mahomes cannot run like he usually can.
All right, we're going to have a lot to talk about in the coming week around props and different bets. But right now, looking at that line, the Eagles 1.5-point favorites. We'll see, like as Erich said, if that moves we get closer to Chiefs +3. That could be very interesting and tantalizing there for some of you sports bettors that are looking to get some money on the big game. That is Erich Richter, sports betting analyst for the New York Post. Erich, a lot of things to watch. Super Bowl, where Kyrie will go, a lot of things to bet on. So we'll have a lot more to talk about soon. Thank you, man.
100%. Thank you, Dexter. Appreciate it.